White House keeps crowing about, well, inflation's down to 3%. Yeah, listen, guys, that's cool and all, but inflation is cumulative. The prices overall are 17% higher than they were when Joe Biden fell asleep in the Oval Office for the first time, face down in his ice cream. All right, 17% higher, and some things are worse. And I keep this on my wall. 30-year mortgage rates on January 21, 2021 were 2.25%. 2.25% you could get a 30-year fixed mortgage for. Now it's over 3.5 times higher. Gas where I live was $2.29 a gallon. Now it's crowding $4. I mean, inflation's better. For who? Nick Hopwood is a certified financial planner, founder, president of Peak Wealth, and a regular contributor on this program. Nick, good to have you here. Man, they can say that inflation's better, and it is, and that's good, but it's built in, man. We've been drilled already, haven't we?
We have, and you said cumulative. That's absolutely right. Although inflation's down from 9% to 3% year over year, 4 points of that 6-point drop is due to energy. And we had gas prices last June at $5, down to $3 recently, and now back up to $3.80 in my neighborhood. So what happens if energy prices surge again? You know, what happens to that 3% inflation? That's my question.
Well, that's a good question. I'm sitting here looking, the national average right now, $3.82. Michigan right about the same place. So here, and I go to gas prices at AAA every day, and I look at this lot. So 382 is the national average. A month ago, it was 375. So we're higher than we were a month ago. We're exactly where we were 1 year ago. So any relief we felt in the interim is gone. Plus, you have more pressure. Saudi Arabia and others are limiting distribution and supply on the world market, so that has impact. Plus, we're destroying our own energy markets here at home with one ridiculously bad move after another, aren't we?
Yeah, the regulations don't help. You've got OPEC, you've got hurricanes, which don't help either. So we could have an energy shock, and we could have inflation moving higher again. So my question is, you know, what is the Fed going to do? Are they going to hold rates higher than they are today? Or are they going to hold them Are they going to hold them higher for longer? And what does that do to the economy? It could tip us into the recession that we've been waiting for over a year.
Well, and there's a couple other things I want to ask you about that are in the headlines. Right now, the UAW, the big three automakers in America, Ford, Chrysler, General Motors, have approved a strike to begin sometime mid-September if they don't get everything they demand. Well, the companies are losing their shirts right now because of the conversion to EVs, which is not going particularly well. As I said that it wouldn't. They should have listened to Steve. They wouldn't have these problems. So a strike by the UAW now could be devastating. That's one thing. And then I look at retailers, which I want to get to because I see Nordstrom closing their store that's been in San Francisco for 35 years. Another example of failing retail. Let's start with a UAW strike. How potentially devastating would that be to the economy in September?
Yeah, and that's on the heels of the UPS Teamsters union renegotiation with labor rates going through the roof. So UAW strikes, you know, who knows how long they could be out, but based on what we're seeing with wage inflation, they're probably going to, probably have a successful negotiation for higher wages, and that trickles through the economy to further inflation. So it just comes back to the sticky inflation number. 3% is going to be hard to get us down to 2%.
Yeah. All right. And so then let's talk about retail. We're at the front end. I mean, I couldn't believe this, Nick. I couldn't. I don't know what store I was in here a couple of weeks ago. Here's all the Halloween candy. I'm like, it's the middle of August, and they've got all this black and orange Halloween candy everywhere. Americans not fat enough. Anyhow, I digress. Anyhow, but we're on the front end, the very front end of the Christmas holiday season, I guess. If I'm seeing Halloween candy, it's not too far away. It's how retailers make or break their entire year, generally speaking, whether they're brick and mortar or they're online. And then I see that Nordstrom store closed in San Francisco. Just another indication that San Francisco is a mess. But for retailers, what are you seeing?
Well, first of all, let me say the only store that I like going to personally is Costco. Right? You can have all the rest.
That's where I go.
I like going to Costco.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
The retailers are in trouble. If you look at their stocks, Macy's, Foot Locker, Dick's, Dollar Tree, We're talking about many of these down as much as 70%.
Wow.
So that's a a red flashing light right there. And on the Dick's Sporting Goods on the CEO call last week, talking about a lot of slippage with their inventory, which is code for theft and shoplifting. And so you read these articles and see on the news what's happening in San Francisco. It's with Nordstrom's, with Walgreens, with Whole Foods. They're talking about this theft, and it's unbelievable to me. I don't have an answer. All I can say is go back to the Costco model. As annoying as it is when they check your receipt on the way out, you're not having theft at a place like that.
That's right. It's not happening. And, Costco's, I love it. I have a lot of unintentional spending when I'm in the building. It happens. List deviation. Oh, look at that. Do we need that? No, but we better have it. Yeah, it happens a lot at Costco. So I appreciate that. And Costco's doing well. But a lot of these other stores, if they don't get their act together, they're not going to be here by the time we're back here in a year, Nick.
I agree. And we're talking about the stocks being down. Let's talk about the big money center banks for a minute, with Citi and Bank of America down 40%. I mean, these are massive drops. And it comes back to our story about no lazy money. My thought is maybe one of the reasons why these stocks are performing terribly is because they're not willing to pay you any interest on your demand deposits. So people are pulling their money out. They're putting them in online banks, money market rates at 5.2%. It's no wonder they're having troubles right now.
Yeah, no question. All right, Nick, tell them the website if they want a second opinion on what they're doing, investing, or where to go and how to weather the storm. Not the hurricane in Florida, just the financial storm. Give them the website.
Yes, sir. If you're looking for a second opinion, check us out at peakwm.com/Gruber.
Peak.
Gruber.
Don't forget Gruber. That's right, Chuck. Promo code. Nick, thank you very much. peakwm.com/Gruber. All right. We'll take a break and be back. Good advice.